I'm going slightly mad. Mm-mm-mm. Yum. Charlie Gilliam, Flower Child. Am I okay? No. I like the way the light plays with my beard. Yes. Ah. I don't know. I always think, I like being a guy because I can grow beard. You can radically change your face. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go pay some plastic surgeon or anything. You can just, it's more than makeup. You can just, you literally, if I shave this thing off, I would look completely different. You can grow a big full beard. I like that. It's fun being a guy. That's fun being a guy. I'll tell you. Hey, Janice, awoken. Hey, Cat Kankin, in the house. It's a little early. It's 9:25. Thought I'd just kind of rev up the engine for today's SaturDAVE. Did a oh yeah, check it out. I also did a video today this morning. A lot of interesting news today. Nomadic Fanatic is sick, or he was sick. He said he was up in Gettysburg. Gettysburg is about hour and a half, 2 hours away from here in DC. And he was really close to me. I don't know why he didn't call me up and say, "Hey, Dave, let's get together." I don't know. He could have done that, but he didn't. I guess I want to be alone. I'm afraid of Dave. I'm afraid of Dave. Why am I talking like Dracula? Daniel from Quebec. See, I said it right. I don't go Quebec. Quebec. Daniel from Quebec. Hello, people. Hello, people. How are you people? Are you people good? Are you people here? Carolina Tony. Yeah, sorry you folks on the West Coast. Everybody's bitching on the West Coast. Yeah, I got to get up at 6:30 to watch your video. Well, hey, early to bed, early to rise makes a YouTuber wealthy and wise. That was what Casey Neistat said. Yeah, I know it's early in California. Go to bed early, get up early. I mean, I'm usually awake by 6:30. Even here on the East Coast. I don't know. The older I get, I don't know what it is. The older you get, the harder it is to sleep in. I find that really, I really find it's rare that I'm in bed past 7:30, quarter of 8. Even if I've had a really rough night. A night full of partying, and I go to bed, I'm always like my brain turns back on at 7 o'clock, 7:15, sometimes earlier. So hey, Time Chaser, I really enjoyed. You sent me a very cool. I don't have my phone here with me. Where was that? It was it was on email. I'm gonna read that. He wrote a very good message to me about live streams. Today's topic, we're going to do a topic-y kind of thing for SaturDAVE now, and good idea. That was an idea from my Doxinator, Craig. It was a very good idea. He said, don't just do SaturDAVE, put a date by it. He said, do something where you're talking about a particular topic. Okay, so today's topic is the live chats. Everybody's doing them. Everybody's doing the live chats. I'm doing them. Blind Views is doing them. Adam's doing them. Carpetbagger's been doing many of them. Everybody's doing them. The only one we don't see doing live chats on a regular basis. I don't think Nomadic Fanatic has ever done one. I don't think he has. We are Living Free doing them. Some people do them once in a blue moon, like Camper Van Kevin does one very rarely, but he does them occasionally. But then you see people like Carpetbagger who sometimes, and of course Mark Fun Jones, who would do multiple ones per day some days. The question is it just too much? Can you get overexposed on YouTube? Can you just do too much where people get sick of you? You see these YouTubers where they'll start doing a chat. They'll do one chat and everyone's so surprised to see them, and they get a lot of viewers and they get some money thrown at them. And then they do another one and another one and another one and another one. And then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but gradually they start getting fewer and fewer viewers and less super chat money. And I don't know, I think I can speak for myself, and I kind of get tired of it if I see, oh, he's doing another chat. And then you see the just the chats where somebody's sitting in their car, they don't have anything to do, or they're sitting there in their kitchen table or whatever, and it's like, just to see who's there, like they're kind of lonely and they want to just chat with their friends. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't know. I don't think so. But and then then you get the hiking chats. Who does those? That guy down in Richmond, what's his name? Stingray, the hiking chats. I'm going out for a hike, but I'm taking you all with me on my phone. Going slightly mad. I get up at 5 o'clock, even on my days off. Well, you train your brain, right? If you normally get up at 5 o'clock for your work or whatever, it's hard. Yeah. Then you have the day off and your brain's just ready to get up at 5. So then you take like a week vacation, right? And then by the end of the week, you're finally sleeping later. And guess what? You got to go back to work again and get up at 5. Awoken's been up since 3:45. Zep welcomes Carolina Tony. I did a really nice phone call with Tony a couple days ago. It was very nice. We chatted for quite a while. I got to do we got to get Carolina Tony in front of the Skype there and do a nice little interview with him. We talked about some really cool stuff. So yeah, Carolina Tony's a really cool cat. And maybe he'll come back here and fix the air conditioner for free. That's what he does. That's his job. He goes around and fixes people's air conditioners and heaters and stuff. He's an HVAC man, right? Hey, Greg, how you doing? Who else is here this morning? Janet Carpenter. Yes, viewers get tired of some YouTubers. Oh, of course. Geez Louise, I mean, I do that a lot. There's some YouTubers that I just have to unsubscribe for a while. I get temporarily tired with them. They wear on you. Burger does that with me, Burger Planet. I like Burger Planet. I really do like him. I would love to interview him. I think he's a really cool cat. And, but sometimes I just get effing sick of his stuff, and I'm like, I can't watch any more of this. And I'll unsubscribe or just ignore him for a while and give it a couple weeks, and then I'm kind of back on his train watching his stuff. Elvis, Camper Van Elvis Travels, whatever he's calling himself this moment. I'm the same way with him. Sometimes I enjoy watching him, but he really wears on you and I get tired of it. Carpetbagger, I'm in and out of him. Sometimes I like his stuff and other times I just get tired of it. Sometimes he's just posting so much. There'll be a day when he posts like 6 things and you almost kind of go, another one? Adam has been cutting back on the posting lately, but I don't know. You do that. And there's some YouTubers you just get tired of. Very rarely, though, have I gotten so sick of somebody that I've actually unsubscribed for them from good. It's usually just a temporary thing. Hey, Stephanie Lux, good morning to ya. Carolina Tony, A-R-E-R, okay? Steve Buchanan, you do it for fun, Dave. Your basement's not broke. I'm not broke, okay? I'm not broke, Dave, okay? I'm not rich, Dave, but I'm not broke. I have, I have enough money to get by. But I'm not sitting there on a giant pile, I'm kind of with about the other 98% of Americans. We're not broke. We're not rich. We're somewhere in the middle, right? We're not starving. We can fill up our tanks with gas. We can, pay the rent. We can, get the food, but we're not sitting there like just money coming out of our various orifices, Rimnod presents less is more. That's a good philosophy of life. It really is. I mean, seriously, does somebody who has 20 cars, are they happier than somebody who has 1 or 2? I mean, seriously, you get to a point where you have so much stuff that you just take it for granted and it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. I think, to be honest with you, one of the things I learned about putting all my stuff in my storage locker was, I could get down to 20 CDs of my favorite 20 CDs, favorite 20 albums, and I would probably be just as happy than having 1,000 or 2,000 CDs of everything else. And that's the thing with Adam, the whole simplicity thing. He really was cool a couple years ago, and he left Anaheim and he got in his van and he was, I'm going to live simply. And then he drove across the country, and then whatever happened. What's up with nomads deleting videos? I don't know. A lot of people do that. I don't know. I guess they, Jed, I noticed Jed was doing that. You can tell when you look at the Social Blade stats, and all of a sudden you get a lot of negative numbers there. People delete. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the videos anymore. Who knows? I delete videos occasionally. I will do that. I'll go through and, just say this, I did this video and I really don't think it fits with sometimes your channel identity will change. I started out the Camo Dave channel as kind of an addition to the Dave Hughes channel, and all my main YouTube videos are on the YouTube the critic videos were over on the Dave Hughes channel. So I started out Camo Dave as a kind of exploration channel, and then quickly became the main channel. And so I still have some old videos over there with some other stuff on them. And sometimes I just think no one's really watching those. Why don't I just delete them and make the channel, 100% what it is now? I don't know. It's like cleaning your closet. Why do you clean your closet? You got a bunch of junk around. I don't know. People do that, or they just think, hey, this was not a pleasant time in my life when I was doing these vlogs. I'll just get rid of them. Betty Smith, a quick hi to you, Dave. I like when the other YouTubers only post once a week, and I can always look for Nomadic Fanatic and you, Dave. There will be a daily vlog or what. Yeah, some YouTubers you like posting every day. I think, with my channel, that's kind of my shtick, is it's kind of like the daily news for the bottom of YouTube for the nomad community. So I really feel an obligation to post every day. Now, there are some days when there's not a lot to talk about. But yeah, you kind of, certain YouTubers, when they're doing exploration-y stuff, when they post too much, too trivially, it kind of gets too much, And it's the same thing with a live stream. I think, I don't know, if you focus a live stream on something important, like the Comic-Con thing, which is kind of interesting, or, some event or some topic, it makes a lot more sense than just doing, something every day. Hey, good morning, Caravan Carolyn. How are you doing? We're back to a Pacific Northwest weather pattern here in the DC area. I think they got rain in the forecast for every day the next 2 weeks. It's drizzling this morning, and it looks like it's going to rain. It's going to rain tomorrow, and it's going to rain all next week. And I don't know, man. It's like they suddenly moved the whole DC area, to the Pacific Northwest. That's in a way good, because sometimes late July, early August weather can be brutally hot here in the area, as a Nomadic Fanatic found out. Check out my video today. I did a video, regular upload. Nomadic Fanatic apparently was in Gettysburg and got quite sick from the heat. And I presume he did that 2 weeks ago, because that week, 4th of July week, was really hideous here. Yeah, it was like temperatures in the upper 90s, low 100s, and really high humidity. Are all the live chats cutting into Scamo Dave's donations? I noticed that. I mean, I did it when I did my first super chat. I got quite a nice little stash of donations, and they do go down. They do, when I'm doing them now. I'm not, if you want to hit the little $sign down there, that's fine. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say, hey, please do it, unless you want. But I do notice that. I think every YouTuber notices that. I think Adam has noticed that he's, I don't know what he was making during that. He did that first stream. Remember, he did the first stream. I think it was when he was in St. Cloud, and then he did the little stream where he was driving across the country, and then he's done a couple of Hollywood streams. And he did very well on a couple of those super chat wise, and he still does okay. I mean, I still see people every now and then popping money up to him, but I don't think he's doing as well as he did, and I don't think any of them are doing that well. And as well as they did. It's an easy way to make a couple bucks. And I think, and it's tempting. No bears. Which kind of bears do you mean, Caravan Carolyn? Yeah. The bear term. I don't know if all of you know this. Of course, you have bears like grizzly bears and, whatever, Smokey the Bear. The other term bear in the kind of, alternate community is a big hairy man, kind of a big tough guy. He's a bear. And they actually do have some YouTube channels where bears get together. It's kind of interesting. I reviewed one yesterday. Calling large dogs bears. Well, people do have a big berry dog and they'll call it bear. As Judy Zimshat, hey Dave, our Otis is our new dog, wants to give you a shout out. Woo woo woof. Well, shout out to Otis. Bring Otis up here someday. We'll see if Otis and Tank like each other. Betty Smith, a couple bucks. You mean a couple $100, Dave? There's a lady, I won't mention her name. She gives a lot of money to the carpetbagger. Almost every time he does a video, but bing, there's $100 donation from her. Okay. And that's very sweet and nice. But the thing is this, YouTube takes 30% of the super chat money, right? They take a nice haul of it. So if somebody gives you $100, you only really get $70 of that. YouTube gets 30 or 35 or whatever. You get 65, they get 35. Why doesn't this lady, as sweet as she is, just send Carpetbagger a check where he can get 100% of it? I don't know. Does she realize that 30% of all the money she's sending to him is going to YouTube? I mean, YouTube is thank you. What's the point of that? I don't know. It's one thing to be sending little blips in super chat, $10, $20, $5, $1.99. But if you're going to be sending somebody a big stash of cash, it just makes call and get their address and mail them a check or something. You be giving them 100% of it. And thank you, Mike Brown. $200 Canadian? Oh, wait, I didn't see the decimal point. $2. Hey, that's very cool. Thank you. Waiting for the t-shirt. I know. I keep flirting with the idea of doing t-shirt stuff, but I would probably make a couple bucks the first week or two, and then it would drop off to nothing. I don't know. I need to try it out anyway. Zero effort productions. Well, and it's the other thing with it. Okay, getting back to our theme topic today, are live chats good? Do you like them? Are you getting tired of them? The other thing with a live chat is it doesn't take any effort. You do a video and you got to edit it and produce it and whatever you do with it. Now, I don't do much with my videos. I just slap little segments together and upload them. But still, it takes, an hour, sometimes a little more than that, to actually do the video, put it together, do the shooting for it, then, put it up. When you're doing a live chat, there's nothing. You're just, hi, everybody, and there you are, and you're walking around with your camera, and that's that. And once in a while, I think that's a cool idea, but if that's all you're doing anymore, I don't know. A lot of YouTubers actually really do super duty editing. They put, you look at Less Junk, More Journey, a lot of work goes into his videos. He puts a lot of care into the camera angles and the various drone shots and the music. And you can tell he's probably spending 5-6 hours on each video editing it, and that work, it pays off, because I think they're building their channel very nice. The couple there from Cookeville, Tennessee, up there in Alaska right now. But if you do a live stream, you don't have to do any of that. And in fact, when you factor super chat in, you can actually probably get better payment for doing a live stream than you do. Say you do a video that gets 80,000 views, you might make $50 on that. But you could do a live stream and you might make $200 on that. So YouTube is kind of, I think they're balancing everything to the point of it's better for a lot of people to do the live streams with the super chats. But then again, people get tired of that after a while. Hey, Bama Mike, how are you doing? Hey, D Gabe. Hey, Aquatics Live. I like your format best. It's my Saturday morning routine. Listening to the radio. My Saturday morning routine was always listening to those Car Talk guys, Click and Clack, the Tappert brothers, Ray and what's his name, Magliazzi. I always liked that show, and that was my Saturday morning routine for many years. I always, I'd get in the car, do the errands at 10 in the morning, and turn on NPR and listen to them. And now they're gone. At least the one guy died, and then they stopped doing it. And now I don't think our station here in DC even runs the reruns anymore. It's something else on Saturday mornings, but I always like to listen to them. That was my Saturday morning routine. Long Duck Dong. I told Adam, certain YouTuber researched YouTube analytics, and according to you make $100,000, and he wishes, and also said taxes are taken out. Well, Adam could be making that as in a year. I wouldn't be surprised. If you look at some of the Social Blade stuff, you can make, it has him up there somewhere in the neighborhood of close to maybe $10,000 a month. You multiply that by 12, that's over $100,000 a year. He's could very well be making that much money. But again, that's pre-tax. So yeah, the government's gonna take at least a quarter of that or a third of it, for your whatever. You've got health insurance, you've got other taxes, you've got all these other expenses in building your channel and running your business. Yeah, you can take deductions. Then of course there's the FICA. They always hit you with the FICA. You can't write that off. That's the Social Security payments. So, easily a third of that money would just go away to all that stuff. And then you've got overhead, and he's got, he's got the apartment, he's got travel expenses and renting cars and all that other stuff. So, you can see where, it sounds like a lot of money, but when you start going through the procedure, it isn't. Hey, Kella Machine, how are you doing? Nana Pam. Getting by Mike. Who else is here? I missed a few people here because I'm talking and talking and talking. Let me do a little backtrack. RV Homesteader, Heat Seeker Bus. Glenda Sully, good to see you. Joanne Z, 71. Totally Kathy. I like live streams if the host is interacting with the viewers, but I hate it when they just carry a camera around. Yeah, that's, there's different kinds of live streams again, and sometimes it can be cool, Yo-Yo Max 12, the diet-free zone. $1 Canadian buys you 76 cents US cents today. Then of course, Super Chat takes 30% of it. YouTube. Everyone's saying hello to me. Hello, everybody. 85 viewers so far. Hey, let's get the number up to 100, and don't forget to smash that like button. Whatever that, mash the button. Yeah, so anyway, one person who, oh look, the light came on. The light keeps turning off on again. Anyway, that's why I've got this other light on back here. But I like the lighting, right? I kind of like that. You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? Stats are nothing but numbers crunched. I'm lurking without chatting. Okay, old stoner, that's totally fine. Joe Morrow, how are you doing? Vivian Kimberlin, hi. Craig Charlton, Wrencham, baby, writes Kella Machine. Cuckoo La Serena. Craig Charlton didn't know you were African American. I don't think he is. I think he is. He's a very white guy. He's a white dude. Steve Buchanan, self-employment, even higher. Been there, tax you. Yeah, there's a couple big disadvantages to being self-employed. Okay, because I've been self-employed for a couple decades now, and one of them is the benefits. The benefits. Before, and I'm not going to endorse Obamacare or anything like that, but for a guy like me who was in his 50s buying health insurance on the open market, and a health insurance plan that's any good, you're paying $700, $800, $900 a month for that. Okay, and that kills you. That just kills you. You're trying to make money on doing a self-employment business, and you're paying health insurance that's just like it comes out to like $15,000 a year for health insurance alone. Now, Obamacare has helped me. I mean, it is, knocked the rates way down. So, that's been a good thing for me. Now, I don't know. I haven't actually gotten around to using health insurance much other than some checkups and stuff. But, at least on money, when I look at my finances, at least something I can afford now. Live streams should be rare and interesting. Too many makes it diluted. Yeah, and I noticed that a number of YouTubers now are doing so many live streams, several a day sometimes. That it just becomes, but again, everybody has a different point to it. Like Mark Fun Jones, every evening he'll do a little half-hour live stream, and it's just kind of it's a nice little, hey everybody, let's just kind of say hi to each other. I don't mind that. That's kind of cool, but yeah, sometimes you just like, oh my goodness, he's doing it again. And when you get to the point, well, Adam's got another, he did 2 yesterday. He did another one. I expected a third one. You're kind of like going, when you start to go, he's doing, what? Is he doing another live stream? Long Duck Dong, Dave, he also wouldn't comment much to another YouTuber who asked how much he makes total super chat. Yeah, well, and he doesn't have to. That's not really, you don't have to reveal all that, but it was interesting seeing, hey, Mikey Mike, Eric Nomadic Fanatic announced he's going to make an early withdrawal from the Lincoln Highway, just as he did to Angela. Hey, Mikey Mike, were you the one, somebody asked me to do a video of mukbanging over at the Wendy's. I ordered the Dave 3-burger thing. I ate that. I think it was you. Somebody requested that. So I did. I forget. I thought it was you who requested that. So I did that yesterday. So if you want to check that out, that's on my Dave Hughes channel if you haven't checked it out. But that was dedicated to you. I couldn't remember specifically who requested it. And I think it was you. So check it out. I had to fast for the rest of continuing my fast. I just had a very light salad last night because I figure the cholesterol and the fat from the burger, I have to kind of let it seep out of me one way or the other. Daniel from Quebec. If the topic of a live chat is my van needs regular repairs or I need to buy a generator, it's not interesting and it gets annoying. And that's another thing we see. Living Free Mikey did that. Okay, he was very out and out honest about it in a way. He was not pretending like I want you to give me money. He was actually saying I really need money to get the new awning fixed and the whatever and whatever. He was specifically mentioning things and dollar amounts, and then he kept saying, if I get a certain dollar amount, I'll say goodnight, and he was like, it was like that. That's how he was doing it. And you can do that with Super Chat. It will give you like how much money you've made on your video that day. And, he was actually going for a dollar amount. In a way, I almost thought that was I almost liked him for doing that because he was at least being honest with us. He wasn't pretending it's like Adam does that. He walks around and I'm just walking around. I don't care. Oh, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for the $20. It's kind of like he's pretending like the money doesn't matter, but it really does. Why is he doing this Super Chat live stream? Because it matters, And at least Living Free Mikey was being honest about it. Yeah, I'm doing this to raise some money to get my van or my RV fixed up. And so at least I don't know, he was honest about it. So Blind View's gonna start $12. Who's that? Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. Just bought me yesterday's lunch. I appreciate that. Gonna start weak ass Wednesday. Yeah, you do it every night, Blind Views. You do it Tuesday. You did Monday night last week, and then you did every night at 7. It's Blind Views. I noticed. I mean, even Blind Views. I think his last one is Thirsty Thursday, which is his big kahuna. I don't think it's getting the amount of views it got originally. It's down a little bit in terms of the views, and I think it's he's doing multiple live streams in a week sometimes, and I think it just kind of takes the if you do one on Monday and then another one on Wednesday, then the Thursday one is kind of, people are kind of, okay, he's doing it again. It's another, I don't know. You need to kind of, as Craig always tells me, don't do so. He cringes every time I do a live stream. He said, just do some regularly scheduled ones. So I do this one on Saturday, and then with the middle of the week, I do a newsy one, and that's going to be it. Unless something major happens, like Nomadic Fanatic pukes or something. I think trivia live streams are fun. Yes, I do that too. That's actually, that was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that. In a world where trivia is fun. Okay, let me check some of the comments. D-Dub. Hey, D-Dub. Yeah, D-Dub had some problems, right? D-Dub had a couple of strikes or something, that cut off his live. It cut off his you-know-what. They cut off his you-know-what. I don't know. YouTube did that. No, they cut off his live stream, so he had to start up. Yeah, it's other chat. I guess that's his new channel, D-Dub Live Streams. And here's the other thing that gets me is you hear some of these YouTubers that get strikes, and yet they continue doing their live streams. I always thought the first thing they take away from you when you get a strike is the ability to do a live stream. So I don't know. So it's interesting that people do that. They can. Some people they have to go start another channel and do live streams over there, because a lot of people, the live stream is their main thing. For me, it's still a sideliney thing, but for a lot of people, their main YouTube exposure is live streaming. And if that's the first thing they take away from you when you get a strike, then oh, my prize is all packed up and ready for shipping. My knife, my crazy knife. Cool. Thank you, Blind Views. Yeah, I did win the little contest there on Thirsty Thursday. They don't tell you. They don't tell you what it is, but if you mention the secret word, say the secret word. Groucho Marx. If you just casually mention the secret topic, and the topic was the Nomadic Fanatic being up there in Pennsylvania, close to where Blind Views is. I mentioned that in one of the chat comments, and that was the secret, whatever, and I won the prize. So, but it was interesting. So we had Nomadic Fanatic up there in Gettysburg. Okay, now Gettysburg is very close to where Blind Views is, and it's not far from where I am. So Eric was pretty close, and I don't know, I would have liked to meet him. I told him, I said, if you come down to the DC area, which is about an hour and a half from Gettysburg, I would have taken him bowling, the Bowl America over here, and there's a nice KFC down the street, and I would have bought him some pickled chicken. Some of that pickled chicken sandwich or whatever, and it would have all been on me. And if he didn't want to, he didn't have to do, I'd like to just meet him. That's all. We could, I said, there's no need for you to do, I don't have to bring the camera along even, but it'd be just nice to meet you. But he kind of didn't respond. He did respond, but it was kind of like, yeah, maybe not, which is okay. I totally get it. Hey, Dog Lips. Ferd Felmer. Blind Views contest was rigged. Time Chaser. American Supertramp. Have to have tots to interview Eric. Tots. Do you think Eric Nomadic Fanatic took his cat's name Jax off his logo because the cat's on its last legs? Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. He had I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, we got over 100 watching. Thanks for reminding me, Craigie Poo. Mark Fun Jones in the house. The Handy Hippie. He started out as a cold chat with a regular guy, but lately, with his DJ experience, it is getting to be more showy. It's like he's trying a little too hard. Just my thoughts. Still like him. Who are you talking about, Handy Hippie? There, I must have missed something there. Dave, I lived near you at one time in Woodbridge. Joe Morrow. Well, I've never lived in Woodbridge. Okay, I'm in Northern Virginia. I've lived in Northern Virginia for over 40 years, but I'm near. I'm kind of. It's not far, but I've never lived in Woodbridge. Blind an NF or Camo Dave and Blind Views meetup would have been interesting, or an Adam NF. Yeah, now there is it. Nomadic Fanatic is in Pennsylvania, heading east, and Eric, well, yeah, and Adam is heading west. Right, they were both in Pennsylvania. They're about probably 150 miles apart. Now, again, the time is, I really think, Nomadic Fanatics videos are sometimes like 2 weeks delayed. So I really think that it was 2 weeks ago, where Adam was more recent. Adam is like a day delayed. So they probably weren't really as close as we think. It's just the way, the illusion there of YouTube, because, yeah, it's like you watching Carolyn's RV life there in Alaska. Technically, she's been in Alaska for more than a month, but her videos still show her driving through Canada. And the videos are from late May that we're watching, that she's uploading now. And we're now in late July. So her videos are almost 2 months old when they finally make it up there. Now, she must take time to edit stuff and put stuff together. And there's kind of a backlog, but when, she's already done live streams where she tells us she's already there. So she's been in Alaska for a month and a half, 2 months already. And again, so it's hard to tell, is Eric and Nomadic Fanatic already, Eric and Adam already kind of close to each other? They looked like it from their daily YouTube video uploads, but who knows where Eric is right now? He may be up in Maine right now. He may be he may have fled the border to Canada. Caravan Carolyn can't live stream. She is always a week behind. She's done a live stream. I've seen her do a couple live streams. She's not a regular live streamer, but I've seen her do it. Again, you can just do a live stream and say hello to everybody and not tell everybody where you are. And I think Carolyn's RV Life has done that. She's been doing, when she was reacting to some of the comments from Line Screw, the criticism there about the whole thing about the Trail of Tears and all that, or the Highway of Tears. She was already in Alaska, but she wasn't saying that. She was just reacting like, she could have been in Canada. You didn't really know. Carolyn's Alaska trip video is behind because it is hard to find places to develop 8mm movie film in Alaska. And the other thing that complicates it is it's hard, really, hard to get good Wi-Fi, so you build up, you have a whole, I guess you have drives full of your videos that you've been shooting. Now you've got to go find a place to edit them. You can edit them, obviously in your RV, but then you got to find a place to upload, and and that's going to be hard, because you got to be, and the other thing that was interesting with Less Junk More Journey is they say that you got to pay for it, and it's expensive. You can pull into like a truck stop or some sort of a facility up there in the northern Yukon or the Yukon somewhere, and they say, okay, you want internet for 3 hours? That's going to be $70. They do that. You pay by the hour up there. It's not just like pulling into a Starbucks where you have Wi-Fi everywhere. And I notice here, I use the Wi-Fi sometimes at our local Starbucks or at Panera, and it is damn slow. It's okay for doing email, but if I'm even trying to watch a video or something, it's terrible. So can you imagine having to upload like a 20-minute video on, even free Wi-Fi could be a real pain in the butt. Long Duck Dong, like the carpetbagger said, you got to spend money to make money on YouTube. Well, that is true. There's no question about that. It costs money to make content, and then the content is what gets you the views. And so, yeah, it's like anything. That's the way you run a business. you got to put money into it to get money out of it. Duh. That's kind of the primary thing of capitalism. I'll do a live stream after SaturDAVE. Okay. Very cool. Saturday with Carolyn. It's hard for a blind guy that doesn't drive to travel. Absolutely. That's a tough one too. Blind Views has a lot of, it's kind of, he does a good job. It's interesting how I don't think of him as a blind guy. I really don't. A guy who has very limited vision. He kind of gets over that, and we just see him as a really cool cat, that dresses funny and has a funny hair and the chains. Hey, Kev Ribstip, DKK, $10, DKK. What is that? What country is that? What is DKK? I'm trying to think. Denmark kroner. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to think of what a DKK is. A dick. Thank you so much, Kev Ristip. SKG's in the house. How's the bigot? How's Mr. Bigot doing? Is he how's his van? Is he getting it? Has he gotten it fixed up? Is he doing okay? And generally speaking, you don't have to tell us specifically where you are, but I guess you're heading Ohio-ish. Is that where you are now? I don't know. Mikey Mike, don't do live stream after Camo Dave's live stream because the viewers will fall asleep watching Dave. I'll put you all back to sleep. Well, that's what Wandering Jimmy would do. He has that voice. Hello, everybody. Time to sleep. Just relax. Yeah, he could. He has got a great voice. He should be on the radio doing one of those, those old relaxing stations. They used to play the elevator music. Relax. WRLX. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, is that another one, Kev? Thank you so much. two DKK 10 kroners or whatever. Blind views is oh yeah, I gotta one of these days. I got it upstairs. I gotta show you that wonderful picture he did of me. If you don't remember that, for my birthday, I am one of the only dudes I think he's ever drawn. He's usually does beautiful women. Thank you again, Kevin. Kev. I am like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but yeah, he did a really nice drawing of me, and I treasure it. I treasure it. And of course, Mark Fun Jones continues to make money off of me with his Pilgrim Dave. Thank you again, Kev. Wow, holy cow. New Nomadic is here. I'm late, Dave. Got back from a gorgeous hike to some Indian ruins. Holy cow. Where are you, New Nomadic? Yeah, it's been good hiking weather here the last week here in the DC area. The weather's been actually nice summer weather, but it's over now. Now we're moved up to Seattle weather, and it's going to rain for the next 2 weeks, or that kind of humid tropical flow. Anyway. And then we get the joy of hurricanes. Oh, yes. Yeah, you get into like August, September, and then it starts. Yeah, that's when you really get the hurricane season, and those stupid storms start cranking up. Where are they going to hit? Are they going to hit Florida? Or are they going to go up the Gulf? Or are they going to come up the coast? And then they're going to come up the Chesapeake Bay? And oh, yeah. That's always September, October. That's when that seems to really hit here. Sell art prints. You can make some money, writes RV Homesteader. Mark Fun Jones, I've always been listening to you like a radio guy. No sense in watching. That's okay. You can, you don't have to watch. Got the long camo pants on today, huh? Oh yeah. Anyway, there's the wonderful dungeon. Da 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 da. Anyway, what are you gonna see? There's the Tandil over there. Oops, this camera's kind of wonky. So anyway, yeah, go ahead and listen to it. Thank you again, Kev. Blind views here, retinitis pigmentosa, right? And that, from what I understand, he can still see, but it's like, yeah, he did. In fact, if you really go to his channel, go to Blind View's channel, he did some really, really, really good videos about what he's suffering from there and what it's really like to have RP. Really good video. Thanks again, Kev. Okay, Danish krona 10 is actually $1.57 US dollars, but that's cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't care. But that's $1 every one of those, so that's like $6 or $7. I'll take it. No, but Blind Views did some really good videos. If you watch back on some of the early stuff he did on what it's like to have it and what it means and all that stuff, because yeah, he can see and it's sad because he's got such a wonderful talent, and it's kind of like. And he says he's still got vision, but, the doctors tell him every time he goes in for the checkups, it's a little bit less, whatever. But I don't know. there are some, it's one of those genetic diseases, and they say there's some way, and he said that there is some experimental treatments for it, but it's like super duper expensive, and like who's going to pay the freight on that? It is sad, but I don't know, but he's a really cool cat. Do I live in Manassas? No, I don't. I'm currently in Springfield, Virginia. My sister's in Manassas, so I do go there a lot, but I don't live in Manassas. No. I like Manassas because it's got a lot of really funky stores. It's just, every goofy little weird store there. They got Checkers, they got Ollie's Outlet, they got a Harbor Freight. There's a lot of funky stores there, and then right nearby there's a Cabela's. For some reason, there's a Lidl there. Everybody wants to be in Manassas. Dave, how much do you think YouTube monitors live streams? I do not know anything about. It's funny. I've been on YouTube for so many years. So much of it is still a mystery to me. How they figure out the monetization doesn't make. Thank you again, Kev. The monetization makes no sense. How they assess whether to strike somebody. Is it one complaint? Is it a whole bunch of complaints? It's just there are so many mysteries to YouTube. I don't know how it works. Do they sit there in a command center and watch all the live streams? I have no idea. Or is it, I can't imagine they do. There's probably 10,000 live streams going on all around the world on YouTube. YouTube's all over the world, Dave, I feel you can get away with a lot more on live streams than not. Yeah, and I notice a lot of people do that. I notice Black Bigot will do that. They'll get on a live stream and they'll say things. You can play music on a live stream. Then if you immediately take your live stream down, they can't hit you with it. Okay. Thank you again, Kev. Whoa. But anyway, yeah. You can, because there's an immediacy, and it takes a while for someone to complain. If I said something really nasty about somebody here, they could then file a complaint with YouTube. It'd take a while for that to get through the bureaucracy. And by the time they come back to look at what I said, the video's gone. So yeah, a lot of YouTubers do that. They just feel like, hey, we're getting a little rowdy here, take it down. Mine are usually pretty safe. So I've had a couple of my live streams demonetized. It'll come up with a little yellow dot instead of the green one, but that does occasionally happen. But I don't worry about that too much. And again, thank you again, Kev. My Carolyn won't let me eat bread. Are you on the keto diet too, Blind Views? Everybody's doing it. I noticed Destination Open Road and Aja. Everybody seems to be on the keto diet these days. No burger munching. No burger mukbang. Like Deborah Joy, she did the video the other day about wanting money back. If she goes to get a burger and doesn't want the cheese that's on the cheeseburger, the McDonald's quarter pounder with cheeseburger, she wants money back. Thank you again, Kev. So yeah, it's like, if they don't do that, hold the mayo, hold the pickle, oh, I don't want the pickle. Okay, here's 17 cents back. That doesn't happen, Keto, keto. Really, DW, you got to strike while your stream was going on. Well, I don't know. That's interesting. You hear about people getting struck after they finish their streams, but I guess if somebody complains and they can go punch in and see what you're doing. I don't know. That's really weird. So I guess right in the middle, it just went to like a test pattern. Beep! They pulled the plug on you right in the middle of something. Dave, if only you could hack Adam's live stream every so often and say, I don't know, man, ha, ha, ha. I need to go out to LA. I really do. I do have a friend who has a house out there, and I think it would be fun to go out there and just kind of hang around and, maybe just walk down Hollywood Boulevard and there's Jordy and there's Adam doing live streams and stuff. And just kind of all of a sudden Dave shows up, Adam's doing the way, oh, da, 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 and then all of a sudden, hey, Adam, oh, remember the first time Adam saw Burger Planet and he got scared? It was that video where they were in downtown LA and there was back in like March or February of this year, and all of a sudden Burger, stream bombs Adam, and thank you again, Kev. And all of a sudden, yeah, Adam like literally just hightailed it out of there. It was funny because Jordy made a mention of that one day. They were walking together, and then all of a sudden, Adam does that. He'll just suddenly bolt off in some direction, and you're looking, and he's gone. He's gone. Wow. So anyway, our main topic today is live streams, live chats. Are you tired of them? Do people do them too much? Or are there just too many of them? Are you bored with them, or you still enjoy them? Does it cheapen a YouTuber when they just keep doing so many of them? I gotta find, let me see here. There was a really good, let me see if I can find it here. Maybe it was on, I can't see now. I got so many damn emails, I can't figure out which one I'm on. There was a very good, let me see, where was that here? Paul Benoit. I think it was this one, or the GMX one. CamoDave@gmx.com is my main email. Oh, let's see. Got a bunch of things. Let me see. Yeah, that's funny. I can't find it. Time Chasers, I can't find which address. Time Chaser sent me a very cool, I can't find it. I don't know where it is here. I was going to read that. No, can't find it. No, I am unprepared. It might have just been a text message on my phone, so I don't have my phone with me down here. Really good email from Time Chaser about how it kind of cheapens things up when you do a lot of live streams, and a number of YouTubers that started out doing live streams and were really getting really good views. Their views have dropped way down and stuff like that. Love my Camo Dave streams. Well, thank you, and thank you again, Kev. 20 DKKs. Let's see. Getting caught up on the chat here. I'm sorry if I missed something here. The Handy Hippie. Intermittent fasting. The keto diet. Camper Van Kevin in the house? Is Camper Van Kevin here? Oh my goodness, he's here. I see I was away talking and I missed it. Camper Van Kevin, none put up for review weeks ago, never reviewed. No, put up for review weeks ago, never reviewed. Camper Van Kevin, my live chats were okay. I'm catching up. I'm sorry here. Thank you for visiting, Camper Van Kevin. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm glad you're here. My live chats were demonetized. I have noticed that with me too, that there's a good, and I talked about World War, what, in the other live chat the other day, and it did get demonetized. They do certain things you can't talk about, okay? And if there's the bots, if they hear certain words mentioned, they do demonetize stuff. Yes, that does happen. It happens rather frequently, actually. And I don't know what's up with YouTube, but yes, that has happened to me several times too. In fact, I think, what was the one I did? I did a news chat last week or the week before that got demonetized. Just turned, I made super chat money on it, a few bucks, but the video it just said was not, was advertiser unfriendly. You know, but again, certain words, okay, certain words. You don't mention that, dictator from World War II. Don't mention his name. And you do put up for review, and then what they do with you when they review a video, for example, you get something demonetized and then you ask them to review it. Two things will happen. Nothing happens, which means they reviewed it and they found that they're going to continue demonetizing it. They don't tell you that. They never get back to you. Okay. And the other option is, of course, they review it and remonetize it again. Sometimes they will send you a notification, but usually they don't. And all of a sudden it just goes green again. That has happened to me a couple times too. But yeah, so I don't know. That's the mysteries of YouTube, you know, but it's good to see you here, Camper Van. I really do enjoy your channel. I love the Wolf Pack, and your videos are really cool. And I love your photography and all that. And I don't think you need a new camera. I think you do a good job with what you got. Poor old Erica has spent so much hassle with that new camera. It's the problem with part of it is the fact that it's a big, heavy, clunky camera, and it's not easy to go out and about and do things with. If he wants to park his RV like outside Gettysburg and then go into town and go do some touristy stuff, he doesn't want to drive the RV into town because it's hard to park. So he takes the cycle or the scooter in, and he doesn't want to be carrying a big camera around with him. So he's got the little GoPro-ish or the Samsung, the little one. And of course, the damn microphone thing on that thing just keeps not working. He's plugging in the cat's thing microphone and it doesn't work. And then but that was cool the way he did the comeback today. I thought that was really cool how he did the dubbed in. his mouth's moving and he's kind of saying what he thinks he said. So I thought that was a good way to come back and not, the footage is lost. No, he just dubbed it in. I thought that was a good way to handle that. So props to Eric for that. Camper Van Kevin, yeah, gonna keep it simple. Was bragging on the S7, bit the dust, got a new one that works great. Yeah, keep it simple. And the other thing you want to be, I think, with a lot of the nomads and stuff is, you don't want to get overwhelmed with camera equipment. I use a stupid little, action cam, Sony action cam, and it is a cheap little camera. And I don't know, it just works really well. I try to destroy it. I drop it. I throw it around. The tank tries to eat it. And the thing just keeps working. And it's not the greatest camera in the world, but it stays focused. And, if I don't move it too much, it doesn't squeak and whatever. I do have a backup camera that's better than that. But as long as that one's working, what the heck? You're going to use that till it croaks. Oh yeah, CVK's hummingbirds video was awesome. That was pretty cool. You do notice Caravan Carolyn does that too. We have the nature video, the ducks, the heron, the geese. Kevin did a couple super chats, and part of the problem I think was he was doing them out in some park somewhere, and the quality of it was really bad. It was stuttering and locking up and freezing up. You got to be when you do a live stream, you got to be somewhere that has really good Wi-Fi or really good internet. I've done that too, where I'll be out in the park trying to do a live stream on my phone, and it's just even in a major metropolitan area, sometimes those signals don't get through the trees real well. And you got to find a place that's got really good internet, because that it'll be a miserable experience if you're doing it from somewhere that doesn't have that. And out and about, you got to who else is here? Oh my goodness, Beauregard Rippy's here. Oh my goodness. Be careful, Beauregard. I'm watching you. Michigander man. Hey, how you doing? Nana Pam. Carolyn's eagle video and Camper Van Kevin's hummingbird videos are probably my favorites. Yes. Dave could be a blue man with a beard. Some of the things that come to mind while watching him. I could be. I do look like one of those blue men guys. I could blue beard. Wasn't there a DJ? Wasn't there a Redbeard? There's a guy who's like a rock radio DJ. I think it was in Dallas. His name is Redbeard. He had this big red beard. I thought he was cool looking. DC Ray Davison, CBK, do you miss your scooter? She misses the kayak. I think she misses the kayak. I think she wants another kayak, right? That looked like fun. But again, yeah, it's a couple of days. It's fun to do the kayak thing, but then you got to haul that thing around with you everywhere you go. Oshkosh, it's Josh. You did a little I thank you so much for that little mukbang parody you did the other day. That was very cool. He was in his white t-shirt and camo shorts, and he went into it and did a little, and it was only a minute long. I thought that was good. Just zip it up real fast. Oh, Campervan Kevin, I do miss my scooter. Tired of dragging around the tracker. I love that Geo tracker, man. That is a cool car. I've got a little VW Golf, and I love those little vehicles. Now, I would never take a VW Golf off the road because the clearance is very low. Parking, you got to really watch out in parking lots because it's got very low clearance. And yeah, you don't want to pull over that, little cement strip at the end of the parking space because then you back out and you hear. I've seen people do that in not that kind of car, but you hear them back away and the whole front bumper comes off because they went up over the little parking lot stop thing, whatever they call that at the end. But it's a good car for just road driving, and the Geo Tracker is cool because you can do some off road in it. And you were saying how Kevin was also saying how just the RV, he's done a lot of driving around on kind of bumpy roads and stuff out west, and how it's starting to wear out, and he's going through the idea of getting something else. And one of the thing was scaling back to maybe getting a pickup truck with one of those, I don't know what they call the thing on it. I forget what they call them, the pop-ups or whatever. The problem is he's got the 3 adorable doggies, and he's got to worry about where he's going to put them. The nice thing about the RV is they have a lot of room to run around in there. Whereas if he's in a smaller vehicle, what's he going to do with the 3 dogs? You got to watch out for that. I think the RV is your way to go, but I like the way you got it. I think the Tracker's a really cool vehicle. But again, it's got to be a lot of, and again, you can then drive around in the Tracker when you park the RV somewhere to go into town or something. But I think that's a good idea. But it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. Yon Yong, something in Russian. What you're saying. I took a year of Russian in college, and I don't. Здравствуйте, как вы поживаете? Очень хорошо. Здравствуй, Evie. Здравствуй. Evie's watching. She's lurking. I know she is. I know you're lurking. Vladimir Putin gave me special app. I can see everybody, every Russian who's watching me. I know who's watching me. Oh, man. Maybe I'll vlog that if Vladimir Putin comes to visit Trump this fall. Maybe I'll go into DC and we'll see if I can get an interview with him. What do you think of YouTube, Mr. Putin? Who are your favorite YouTubers? I watch Evie exclusively. Jed does some good live streams. I enjoy his stuff. We did Jed this week. He apparently mixed up doing the hurricane fundraiser. That hurricane, was it Maria? I think it was, that hit Puerto Rico and still knocked the power. The power's still out there in parts of Puerto Rico, and he's going to raise money get some generators sent over there. And he kept calling it Costa Rica. Yeah, it's got Rica in it, but what the heck. Camo Dave, the Russian spy. Toe Dolly is more work. Yeah, I bet you. Hello, Toe Dolly. Somebody's watching me. Time Chaser, Dave, Craig, and Mr. Funnel Cake. Have a good day. Got to go. Thank you, Time Chaser. Do appreciate you being here. And again, you are the sticker man, the sticker person, the sticker people at the bottom of YouTube. I don't know how many people have gotten cool stickers from you, but I appreciate all of it. All of it. Oh, what was it? My grandmother went to Glassboro State College. Okay, it's no longer called that. It's now called Rowan University or something. But she went to Glassboro State College because she got her teaching degree there, and that was way back in what, the 20s, the 30s? I don't know. And she was born in 1908, so that was whenever that was. And then who was it? I can't remember which president it was. Was it Johnson or was it Jim, I see. I Nixon. I can't remember which president it was, but he met with Khrushchev, and I don't remember, but they met in her room. She had a room in Glassboro State College. They were meeting halfway between the UN and DC, which was Glassboro, New Jersey, and they met there. They had some big meeting of the Russian leader and the American leader, and I can't remember which president it was. I think it was LBJ and Khrushchev. I think so. Anyway, moose and squirrel. Who else is here today? Michigan is beautiful. I'd love to go to the Upper Peninsula. That's one place. The places I like to go on my bucket list. Nova Scotia, I really want to go to. I want to go to Glacier National Park. I now want to go down to Utah, to those parks down there in the south, because Camper Van Kevin did some really cool. It's really cool down there. Yeah, there's so many places I want to go now. Upper Peninsula, Michigan would be fun too. I'm not Chuck. How are you doing? Glad to see you finally made it. Finally woke up this morning. Show enough. Evie should get a pet bear, a Russian bear. She should have it shipped over from Siberia. Blue Van Dan. Yeah, man. What are we doing here? Okay, hitting about the hour mark, huh? I do not know how people do like 3 and 4 hour live streams. I mean, it's just like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Our DC Ray Davison. Do you see yourself going out this year, colliding with Camera Victim? I know it would be fun. It would be fun to hang out with one of my favorite YouTubers or something like that. I think that would be fun to do. To go out and say spend a week with Camper Van Kevin, or spend a week with Wandering Yimmy, or spend a week with Destination Open Road, or somebody like that, or Caravan Carolyn. I don't think Blind Views would like that. It's her, he's hers. But anyway, I'm just saying, just to hang out with them and do some like behind the scenes of how they do their stuff. That would be a lot of fun. Like, go fly out to Denver and I'll meet somebody, and then we'll spend a week on the road, just kind of going around that area. Go up in the mountains, and then I would do like a behind the scenes, like what it's really like to be on the road with Camper Van Kevin or somebody like that. That would be fun. I think that would be cool. What it's really like, a day in the life of the Swedes. I don't know if I want to know that one. So anyway, that was our big topic today. If you want to discuss that anymore, do you like live streams? Are there too many of them? Does it hurt your channel if you do too much? Dave, what do you do for work nowadays? I still do web design crap. Okay, I do a website called dcrtv.com. I do some freelance work for a bunch of some trade publications. But my YouTube revenue is coming up a little bit. I mean, it's not anywhere to where I could live off of YouTube, but it's paying some bills for me. So, I'm hoping someday 1 hour should be the limit. I totally agree with you, Mark Fun Jones. I'll maybe take it a little more. We got 112 viewing, 112 watching, so I'm going to keep it going for a few more minutes here. The Swedes washes dishes all the time. I thought he worked for like a copying repair. Doesn't he work for some company that like repairs office machines, like copiers or something? I'm pretty sure that was what his job was. I'm not sure if he's still doing it, but he does have a job. He's got the kids to support, and I think he said he was going to be moving in September. I think, wherever they're renting a place there in Colorado Springs, and he was mentioning to me that they got another place. He moves like every 6 months. So I think that, they rent for a while, then they move on somewhere else. So Chad was mentioning that they're moving somewhere else. He did a funny thing this week. He was saying that he was going to get off of YouTube. He actually sent me some Facebook messages. I'm off of YouTube. I'm no longer doing it. I brought peace to the bottom of YouTube. I made peace between Lou and Carpetbagger, and now I'm off of YouTube. And I kind of winked. I said, yeah, right. And then that evening he comes on and does a live chat saying, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I punked Dave. Yeah, you can't punk me anymore. Nobody punks Dave. I can see through you. Daniel from Quebec, does the super chat sign automatically come with the live chat, or is that YouTuber It turns out, you do a, no, you can sign up for a chat. You just sign up for chat and it won't show up. Okay. You have to specifically sign up for super chat. Okay. And then it kind of shows up. So there's a two-step process. Just simply doing live chats, it doesn't show up. But then you have to have your channel. First off, you have to have a monetized channel. And then if you have a monetized channel, then you have to jump through another hoop and enable super chat. So it's like a two-step process. But any old YouTuber can just, if you're in good standing, you can do chats and the little dollar sign doesn't show up. But so whatever. Hey Dave, shout out to the Atomic Radio Band Detroit. All right, Randy Watson. Corey Sugarman, I live in my friend's basement. High five. I don't live down here, okay? No, there is no room in this basement to sleep, okay? I'd have to really Dave is a couch surfer. Yeah, to some degree I do that. I took Adam the Moose seriously. I really did. When he left Anaheim, live simply, and that's what I've done with my life. And I'll be honest with you, when I what's his name, Van City Van Life, Chrome there in Vancouver, he did a big thing about how he has been able to scale back his storage locker. He went into, when he started living in his van, he's had a big storage locker, and then he's gone to the storage locker and repeatedly got rid of stuff and made the storage locker smaller and smaller. And now he's in a tiny little locker where he just has a few things. And he basically came to the point where he just didn't need all that stuff. And I'm the same way now. I have this storage locker. I'm paying $150 a month. They keep raising the rate on it. It's like cable TV. You ever notice that? You sign up for cable TV and they say, oh, it's $99. And then 2 months later, they jack it up to 110. And then 2 months later, it's 130. And then 2 months later, it's 157. They do the same thing when you rent a storage locker. Okay. They give you a really good rate to start, $130. And then it sends you a notice 6 months later, oh, we're raising our rates to 142. And then it goes up to 148. Now it's up to 158. They just keep doing that, and what do you do? Oh, I got to go over there and close it. And then when I got to move all that crap somewhere else, I'm at the point now where I'm just saying, most of the stuff in my storage locker, I have lived without it for well over a year now, and I don't miss it. I have probably 1,000 CDs, my whole record collection, all the Beatles albums and David Bowie and all that. And I'm going, if I want to listen to a Bowie song, there's so many online services that I can listen to it on. I can go on YouTube and watch all his videos. I've got stuff that I've digitized, all my favorite albums already on my computer. Why do I need this whole storage locker with thousands of, I could honestly, there's so many other ways to get my favorite music today. I don't need to own it and have it sitting there in a storage locker where I'm paying $158 a month for. So I'm honestly thinking I may just have a yard sale. Dave's yard sale. I'll just put that all out and a buck a CD or something. I mean, I know there are collectors I could call and they could come back and buy my collection, or I could take it down to McKay's. There's a big used CD place down there in Manassas and have them buy my collection. I mean, I could probably do that, but I don't know. There's always that plan too, that someday I'll get my own place again and I'll want to have nice shelves with all my CDs on them. So I don't know. Well, hey, Bama, have a good day. See, now when I start talking like this, I miss the comments, so I got to jump back here. Oshkosh, it's Josh has got up to 75 subs. Well, very good for you. Bring out the puppet day. Crotchy's upstairs. I forgot to bring him down this morning. He's got enough exposure. He's too much. I gotta watch it with Crotchy. If I put too much of him in there, I get some nasty comments. Damn puppet, we're tired of it. We don't have much of storage lockers in Europe. You know what I miss? I wish they had more in America, or those Japanese what do they call them? Those cubicle motels, where you can just, like anywhere in Tokyo, you can just pay a few bucks and they give you the little sleeping cubicle. And I think that's a really good idea, I don't know, if you're couch surfing, you've got a friend who lets you sleep on their couch and you're staying with somebody for a month or two. And then all of a sudden you've got a couple days where there's nowhere to go. Right. Yeah. You can get a motel room or a hotel room, but just a little cubicle, keep everything in your car. And I think they should have some of those over here. I think that would be really cool. New York could use those, right? Look at the cost of a hotel room in New York is astronomical. They should, somebody should start opening up some of those little cube motels like Tokyo. You can do it. You should do some reviews of some of those. He's over there in Japan. Scott Yukin. He's got a nice channel. Okay, Scott Yukin is a really cool dude. I think he grew up there in the Orlando area. I think he was friends with Adam at one point. They're good buddies, and he's over there in Tokyo, somewhere in Japan, teaching English, whatever. He's a really cool cat, and he does some good videos. Check him out. You can do it. I like him a lot. Don't see a lot of people talking about him, other than some nasty rumors every so often, which that's about a sleeping tube. Yeah, just a tube to sleep in. Dog lips, my original troll. Caravan Carolyn is nostalgia for her original troll. uh, Planning to move into an RV. The best thing for me. Apparently, I must have been a hoarder. No, it is good. It's and the other thing that's also good is to move every couple of years, right? When you live in a house or an apartment or whatever, you do collect things, right? They pile up. You don't necessarily see them, but they're in the closet, under the bed, and then all of a sudden you're moving, and then you suddenly realize, what the hell do I do with all this stuff? And it's a good thing to move because it forces you to get rid of that stuff and you move into your new place. Do you want to, haul all that junk over to your new place? I don't know. Congratulations on 400 today. The live stream is 401. One day Dave will be famous. What will happen to the bottom of YouTube? I don't have 401. I mean, I'm looking here. I've got a little over 100. That 401 would be cool, though. Actually, Dave, how much do you know about audio video equipment? No, well, I'm actually pretty good at like setting up televisions, and I can repair desktop computers pretty good. I'm good at that. I don't like laptops because they're just too small. And they got big fat fingers. And every time I've tried to fix a laptop, I've always busted it even more. I like my fifth wheel over my Class A. Yeah. I think the advantage, one of the advantages, I guess it's the fifth wheel. You can detach it, right? And then to drive it's like what Less Junk, More Journey do. They have a van and then they pull their Airstream. And then when they go into town, they can just disconnect it, right? And then just drive the van into town and do their shopping. You don't have to haul everything with them. And when you're in an RV, it's like Aja, you got to drive the whole thing. Go to the Walmart, this big thing, your home, you got to take your home wherever you go. And at least, you've got a separate vehicle or you can detach it. You can just, it would seem like that would make things a lot easier. You can put your RV in the lot somewhere and then go drive around and do things. You don't have to haul that thing with you everywhere you go. Now, a van is small enough that it really doesn't matter. That's cool. It's pretty much like a large car. So I wouldn't think that would be the problem. Wells Fargo is helping me downsize. Really? the joyful folks at Wells. Everybody says that's the worst bank. I hear everybody go, Wells Fargo. Oh my goodness. Wells Fargo. Yo, blind views, check out the video of my puppy playing with a huge Great Dane, Yoda Doug. Ruben the Bulldog. What is it? Some guy does this Ruben the Bulldog channel, and he's making like $5,000 a month on it, and it's just these 2 or 3 minute videos of this adorable curmudgeon-y bulldog. You got to check it out. YouTube search for that. Ruben the Bulldog. I mentioned him a couple times. It's one of my Doxinator's favorite channels. After me, I'm first, and then Ruben the Bulldog is second. Is the Doxinator still there? Has he fallen asleep? He's probably sound asleep by now. I haven't seen him posting anything lately. Craig, are you there? Are you still there? Show yourself. Dave, you remind me of Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. I've never watched Family Guy. I will have to check it out. Dave, you can give me a lesson in radio equipment, right? That would be cool. I know a lot about radio. I know a lot about what the equipment does, but if you want me to repair it or connect it, I don't know. The cart machines and the new digital recording things and yeah, I like that stuff, and I know a lot about it as somebody who's covered the business, but I'm not a broadcast engineer by any means. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to go a transmitter tube. uh, I like to travel by motorcycle. Carolina Tony was telling me he's got a cycle and he likes to do that too. That would be really cool, That would be cool. Just really scale it down to just, having a backpack or something with just your clothes and what you really need, some cameras, and just take a motorcycle and just do that. Oh yeah. I like being on a motorcycle too, because you can kind of get away with going down the shoulder and skipping the traffic jams or driving in between the cars. Yeah, you see that in DC a lot. The road's all jammed, and then there's some jerk in a motorcycle who's just shooting down the side of the road. It's like, that's not fair. I did have when I was in college down at JMU in Harrisonburg, Virginia. I did take a class to get my FCC first class license or something, and we did come up to DC and do the test at the FCC. I did have a license. Yeah, it was, it wasn't a license that was a technical license. It was just, back then you kind of need a license to be on the air, but I did actually get mine. Yeah. It was just basic stuff like how to take transmitter readings and stuff, the potometers or whatever they call them. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I'm not qualified to take apart a transmitter. Techniques or Pioneer. I like Techniques. That was Panasonic. I think I did a lot of that. Do you wear any other type of shirt aside from white ones? As I've said, my beard has a lot of gray in it, and if I wear a dark shirt, it kind of accentuates the gray. And I honestly think I look older. Yeah, I don't know. There's some crazy shirts over here. I'll try. Yeah, it's that. I don't know. Look, darker color. I don't know. I think it makes me look older. I don't know. I don't know. Craig, where are you, Craig? Have you fallen asleep, Craig? Craig, I did the shout out. He's like, where'd you go, Craig? He's my wrench, damn it. I need my wrench. He must be on the phone. His pool boy is over today. Some black shoe polish just for men. I never liked that. I don't know. You see that, gradually turns your beard darker so no one will notice. Blind views. I am the germ. Are you really? My beard has a lot of gray in it and I'm not even 40. Who cares? LOL. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, premature aging. Mark Van Jones is 40 going on 60. Who is my favorite radio DJ? I don't know. Always liked Howard Stern. I was a huge Howard Stern fan. And there used to be a couple guys here in the Washington market called Don and Mike. Don Geronimo. I think he's out in Sacramento now. He does a podcast, DonGeronimoPodcast.com. He was an obnoxious man. He got in some feuds with me, but I always liked him. He was a very funny guy. But Howard, I always liked Howard. Howard got his start here in Washington. Back in 1980, 81, he was working at DC 101. That's when the Air Florida plane hit the 14th Street Bridge. It's terrible things. The plane went down under the ice in the river and a bunch of people died and they rescued a bunch of people. But he did some nasty stuff, but Air Florida, long gone Air Florida, that got him into a lot of trouble. And eventually he got fired here in DC and then went up to New York to WNBC and then eventually over to K-Rock up there. But I liked Howard. Yeah, I enjoyed listening to him. Did I like him? Did I think he was a nice guy? Would I like to? No. Do I like the man? as a nice, it's what I say about the cult of personality at the bottom of YouTube. It's not that you don't have to be liked. It's just that they enjoy watching you. Do people like me? If I had a clone of myself, would I like myself? Probably not. I'd probably find myself rather objectionable. But are you entertaining? Do people enjoy listening to you? Rush Limbaugh is the same way. Do I like Rush Limbaugh? Not really. I kind of think he's obnoxious in many respects, but I enjoy listening to him. I'm always wondering what he's going to say. Donald Trump does something, Hillary does something. I'm really curious about how Rush is going to cover that, and there he is, Paul Lind. Craig woke up. Craig, wake up. Paul Lind. Paul Lind. I love Paul Lind. Oh, he is one of the great, the center square at the Hollywood Squares for many years. Yes, sirree. Why are we talking about that? We're supposed to be talking about live streams at the bottom of YouTube and whether people like them. Yeah, everybody. Mikey. Danny, I'm still tripping balls at 10 a.m. Took some crazy LSD last night. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping you're all right. Dave, if you will need to pick up radio or internet. I still like to listen to stuff on the radio. There's just certain, I don't know, coming through the airwaves, Beauregard Rippey likes Trump. Okay, good for you. Was I ever an announcer or a DJ? I did a little bit of on-air work when I worked down at college, WMRA 90.7 down there in Harrisonburg, Virginia. It's the NPR station for the Northern Shenandoah Valley. I did some news, and I did some on-air work back then, and I realized that I sucked. I hear my voice on the radio, and I go, ah! No, I like radio a lot, but I don't know. I just said I'm not going to be an on-air person. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I really could have done it. I don't think, to be a really good morning DJ, you don't need a really good voice. It became that in the Howard Stern. Howard Stern doesn't have a really good voice. It's just, it's more of the personality and stuff like that. And maybe if I had taken a different path on that, I might have come up in a different way. But radio is a tough business. It's a brutal business. It's worse than YouTube. There are some people at the very, very top that make a lot of money, but most everybody else, the wages are crap. The wages are really awful. I mean, I was going to go to Delaware and do some work at that radio station last summer, and the pay was really terrible. I mean, it was something. It was great. There was a check, but once they took the health insurance out of it and the taxes out of it, it was like probably I could have made more working at Walmart. Bum, 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 bum. That Rippey is a clone. Okay, so now Rippey's got a clone. Trump is one of those that personally many don't like, but he has passion and knows how to make things happen. And that's why so many are losing their minds and hating on him. You're very right there, Handy Hippie. And it's true with the bottom of you. It's true with YouTube. It's true with a lot of, the publicity stuff in America. It's it's not so much whether they like you, it's whether they, I don't know. It's more than just liking somebody. There are a lot of YouTubers that I like personally that have really crappy channels. They do. I mean, I go, that guy's a nice guy. He knows a lot about RVs and stuff like that, but he has a boring personality, and his channel is kind of dull. I don't watch him. Then there'll be another YouTuber who's kind of a bad boy, who's kind of obnoxious, who kind of, does nasty stuff. But yeah, it's like, Living Free Mikey's like that. Do I like the guy? I can't say I really like him, but when he gets angry and when he gets depressed and he's bitching and moaning and complaining, I enjoy watching him. It's just like, I don't know. I find that Dave has a face for radio. Well, you do too. I keep saying, no, he doesn't want me to say his name. I won't say your name, but Larry, you got a face for radio too. You actually got a pretty good voice. Blindview says a very good voice. He has that microphone, fancy mic. He has a deep voice. He would be a very good voice on the radio there. What's your radio station up there? WHP. WHP 580. It's a right wing talker. You probably listen to it all the time when your wife's driving you around in the car. You ought to get a job there. You could do the news or something, or you could even have a show on there. It's probably just a couple blocks from where you live. Go over to WHP. They'd hire you. You've done some political commentaries there on your Thirsty Thursdays, and I think they would probably agree with, and probably, I think you should do that. I think you should do that. There was a gentleman here in the Washington market, Ed Walker, for many years. He was totally blind. Okay, he was paired with Willard Scott as the Joy Boys back in the '60s, and then he went off to do his own thing, and he spent many years on the talk station here, and then he was on, I think, WAMU, which is our NPR station. He did a really good show every Sunday night called The Big Broadcast, and he was totally blind, and but he had a really wonderful radio career, and Blind Views. I'm saying that they, I would go down there and just knock on the door and say, hey, give me a test. Let me do a fill-in. And Rush Limbaugh is on vacation. Let me fill in. I think you missed your calling there. I think you'd be very good on talk radio. You got a voice. Why wasting your time doing YouTube? You could be on Coast to Coast over the Blind View show, Coast to Coast overnights. And again, it's like people that have missed their calling. I say the same thing about Lamont, the black bigot, man. That guy's got a brain that he could be a stand-up comic. He could be an actor. He's got the way he thinks. He's really got some incredible talent. And I just say, he missed his calling. He should have stayed in LA and done some comedy clubs, and somebody would have seen him, and he would have gotten signed up he might have been even good on the new Roseanne show before it got canceled. He could be the next door neighbor, or the guy that lives in the trailer next door. I don't know. You see talent in people like that. You'll see, and I think Adam the Woo has some talent like that. There's something there in Adam. Politics, even for Adam, he has a certain likability about him that would go far in some other endeavor. I think, Adam the Woo, there's something about him that he would be, I think, make a very good politician, because he has just a nice way, and he's a nice guy, and everybody, he's one of those guys that you just say, I like him. The way he talks, the way he acts, I don't know. So I see YouTubers like that, and I go, there's some talent there. Maybe not for YouTube, but maybe in some other way. Subway's open. Well, good Lord, Subway opens at, I think they open at 8:00. They have breakfast there. You can get I think that's a hint that I'm going too long. Yeah, it's almost 11:00 here on the East Coast. Been doing this an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I do appreciate everybody today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you to the guy in Denmark for those wonderful donations there in kroners. Thank you, Mikey Mike, too. I appreciate that. All right, folks. Frank Bopper. Who else have we need to do a shout out to? I'm very sorry if I didn't do a shout out to you. It wasn't a personal affront. I am just, this talking and looking at the comments, sometimes rambling Rome. Stand by. Okay. Let's do a Woovalanche. Let's do a Woovalanche. Go over to Caravan Carolyn's channel. I'm going to be signing off in about a minute here. Everybody go over to Caravan Carolyn's channel for her live stream, okay? All right. So we'll do a Woovalanche over there. Whoa! Yeah, how cool, a Crotchy and Camo Dave rap. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. SaturDAVE. For the 21st of July, 2018. Have a good one. Yeah, I can't say vlog over. I would say